I've made quite a bit of progress. As you can see, I got the door, both doors on. I put the trim on the back door. I still got to trim out the front door and put the glass in both front doors. Today I brought the cage over. We're getting the cage fitted in. We painted it. I don't know if I've posted this yet, but we painted it this purplish pink color. I think it's gonna look really good in here. But we ran out of paint before we could do the main hoop, and I thought we wouldn't see it, but actually the main hoop is right where you see it, and it would have been really nice to have enough paint to do that, but it is what it is. With the rest of the interior, I haven't shown this yet either, but we wrapped the dash, and then we did the headliner in this, where's some light? Oh, you can't see it. In this gradient pattern, there it is. It's almost like a carbon fiber weave style, but with these like little polka dot star type things. So the headliner's not perfect, it's got some wrinkles and stuff. I tried really hard to get it perfect, but it is good enough. I really like the interior on this car now. I'm gonna put the gray Prismas in here, put the custom steering wheel, got the gray dash that'll match the seats. Slowly but surely I'm gonna start finishing the little trim pieces and stuff. Door panels are still blue. I'm not gonna have time to deal with that before we leave on Drift Week, but little things. It's coming together pretty nicely. The over fenders are gonna have to be mounted. I should call them fender flares. It's literally just wedged in the door right now, but I really like that profile. There is some overlap right here between the flare and the rear lip, so I'm gonna have to trim probably the flare, but that's right where the rivet hole is, so that's gonna be a little bit tricky to figure out. The side skirts actually line up perfectly. It's not on this side, but I matched them up on the other side. And then we've got the little door piece that goes with the fender flare. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this mounted nicely. That rivet hole, to be perfect, is off the door, so we have to mount it on the door, so I may have to move this over till it matches up, and then anyways, also that goes over the trim there and it doesn't sit perfectly flush, so I gotta figure out how to make that fit as well. But I'm gonna leave the flares off, and then when I get back to the shop, I'm gonna have Brody help me with that stuff. He's really good and meticulous at getting that stuff to line up really good. Also, the front flares, that radius doesn't cut very well. The flares are like haggard and beat up. That's gonna be a nightmare also, but I gotta get those to fit as well. Right now I'm gonna put some slip-on spacers. The wheels are hitting the uprights, and these are just transport wheels, but I need this car to be able to roll to get it on the trailer. I'm not gonna put the headlights on yet for the trip home. I don't have all the proper brackets. I think I left some of them behind at the shop, so I'm gonna wait on that. Basically get all these pieces, trim pieces put on, besides the headlights and the bumper. And I gotta get the car on the trailer tomorrow, and it's 10 p.m. We went to the beach again today, so I basically had a day lost of work, so I'm just barely starting, and then we gotta try and get loaded up in the morning and leave, so it's crunch time. But I wanted to update the video. The car's looking really good. The back end is so sick. We re-cleared the headlights and the taillights, and I didn't like that rear lip at first, but it's starting to grow on me. The shape and style of it. The skirts look pretty good. The front bumper and the front lip are gonna look sick when that's all put together. But yeah, I really like this car. To me it looks completely different than before. It's like a whole new car. Big body, 4-door. I mean, I love the JZX100, but I think of the 90s. I used to say the Chaser was my favorite, but this car has a style that's hard to match, hard to beat. The taillights of this remind me of the GS300, the first gen. And that's what I like about the GS300 is like the taillights and the body shape and the big booty and all that. The front end on this looks way better than the GS300. And that's what I love about the Cresta, and the Chaser looks similar. The Chaser has a little bit bigger headlights, but like this car is perfect in that way. It's so Camry, but also like it can look so good. But really, anything's better than the Mark II. The Mark II is the worst of all the JZX90s. And I'm not sorry to say that. I mean, if you bought one, I feel bad for you. So, back to work. Catch you guys later. Alright, so we made some good overnight progress. Another all-nighter. Another all-nighter. Got the flares on, a bunch of riv nuts and some fasteners, and it's actually turned out way better than I thought. I'm holding the lip on with some fasteners that are shared with the over fender, or fender flare, I guess you call it. And the fender flare is bolted on. And then the side skirts are bolted on as well. I still need to attach the front somehow, but even without that, it's still pretty good. And then some more riv nuts to hold the front flare. So one side of the car is all done. I counted how many fasteners we need, so we're gonna head to the store to get some fasteners. It's the morning auto parts run. The stores are finally open. I'm sure you guys that pull all-nighters working on cars understand how important it is when the auto parts store finally opens and you can go get all the parts that you missed out on through the night. Also missing one of these for the door handle retainer, so I gotta go find one of those. Hopefully, I think Dorman makes them in a little packet at O'Reilly, so gotta match that up. The what? Oh yeah, okay. Cool. So yeah, we're gonna make our daily parts run, hopefully get this buttoned up. Mike's got his project going on. I won't even get into that, but he's had a fun night of trying to get the, chasing what, 5 different oil leaks?
Yeah, I got a bracket made.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You did do something that worked.
I'm doing both.
Hardware store was closed in observance of Good Friday.
Old ammo?
They decided to close. So we are making a stop at the local Rural King. We're gonna go take a look and see what they got inside. Really all we need is nuts and bolts, but you never know what you'll end up with when you come to Rural King.
Yeah, I got mini speakers too.
You got guns and ammo, got the police, chickens, hopefully hardware, everything you could ever need at Rural King. Used to be a Kmart, but they've upgraded to a Rural King. What is that?
Homeless shelter.
I could live in that thing. Found what we need. Got the metric socket cap screws. And we got several of them, but not as many as I need. And they're $1.29 a piece. Times 10. That's like too much. Too much money. So those can go back there. Mike's getting comps from Fastenal. We'll see if we can buy a bunch of bulk screws. See, if I needed some of these, or any of these, it would be cheap. But since it says metric on it, it's not cheap. It's expensive. It's discrimination at the highest level. So we ended up finding what we needed at Rural King. What is that?
A shop vac.
Oh yeah.
That's sick. Probably won't fit, but
Of course it'll
come back
fit.
and get adapters.
It's for a shop vac. It'll fit.
They had different sizes. I was educated.
I got like 15 pounds of bolts. And we've only been through half the store so far. We're going to find the livestock. Whoa, there's saws.
Everything.
Sawdust.
Everything.
Oh, there are chickens here.
You're only $2.99.
It's not bad. When do they start laying eggs?
Yeah, pigs.
Is that a rooster? I just bought $80 worth of bolts, but I'm gonna take them home and stock the shop. You never know when a good bolt will come in handy. All right, guys, finally to the point where the car is all together. I've been kind of lazy on the updates because I've been in such a hurry to get things done. I would have liked to have more like footage of us working on it, but it's kind of hard with without having a cameraman just follow you around. Anyways, the car is all bolted together on the exterior. We got everything fitted up. It looks really good. I'm not going to show it yet. I'm going to wait till we get it washed up and put it outside in the sun, but it's sick. It's like really, really good. And Mike was just mentioning how all the body lines actually fit really well, considering we had this car completely stripped down, all the doors, all the fenders, everything was off this car that unbolts from it. And we put it back together and everything lines up pretty good for the most part, considering the frame rail's a little bit not straight and things like that. So
We were standing on panels off the car.
yeah. All the windows are back in and rolled up, like everything works. I'm stoked on it. So I'll show you the car in just a minute. So, car's loaded up. We're gonna go give it a wash and do the final reveal. But I just wanted to talk about these two guys while we're here. Mike and Colton made this happen for me. Like, it wouldn't have been possible. I literally dragged this car all the way across the country to do what we just did to it. And like, I couldn't be more satisfied with how it came out. If I would have done this at my shop, it would have been like half of what it is right now. And Mike stayed up days with me getting it done. Colton helped me take the whole car down to nothing, nuts and bolts, everything. And man, I can't believe it. Like how good it's turned out. And just like, yeah, I'm beyond stoked. The car is done, first of all, that we got it all done. And then these dudes were willing to help me. So thank you guys.
Yeah, it was a fun 5 days. Always.
Fun 5 days. Dang. All right, we're gonna go get it cleaned up and put some cool wheels on it, and hopefully it looks good enough to get some sick shots.